Welcome into Hidden Equity, the podcast where we are uncovering your untapped value. I love this stuff. Today we are going to talk about a morning routine because I have been asked, why do you have a morning routine? Have you made more money? Have you gotten more clients? What are the benefits of having a morning routine? Because I don't believe in them. And I got to say, when I sit down and think about it, I'm going to tell you guys exactly the benefits of a morning routine, why I have one, and what I've learned. So when somebody asks you directly, does waking up at 4 a.m. lead you to have more money, have more clients, have a bigger business? The answer is no, it does not. But the benefits of having a morning routine are this: it is a very strong foundation to your day. So I'm going to kind of weave back and forth here. It's a strong foundation to your day if, and this is what I've learned, you realize that you are addicted to your phone. And in the morning routine, waking up at 4 a.m. and having an hour or two to myself, in the very beginning, I just kept reaching for my phone, probably every 1 to 3 minutes. And the first few weeks I did this back in like 2019, I was kind of disgusted with myself. I was shocked at how addicted to my phone I am because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's calling, nobody's texting, nobody's emailing. And I would just keep picking it up and looking at it. And I finally was like, wow, I didn't realize how obsessed I am with my phone. So that was number one. So, first of all, so we can go back to the foundation. This creates a super strong foundation for the day. So, if you don't look at your phone, then you have this essence of presence. This isn't about productivity. This is about alone time. And this is the reward that you get from feeling good, from starting your day with a strong foundation, is what sets you up for the success. And think about what you can do with an hour or two of uninterrupted time. You can do whatever you want. There really is a peace that is brought to you every single morning when you are up before the sun. You can watch the sunrise, you hear the birds chirping, no one in your house is up, clients aren't awake, businesses aren't open, except for maybe Walmart at 6 o'clock. And you just have, literally, it feels like the world is yours. And there's so much hope for what the day is. And by taking charge of your day, first thing in the morning, you can conquer anything and everything that you want that doesn't require other people or doesn't involve interaction with vendors, with clients, etc. So, back to what I've learned. First thing is how addicted I was to my phone. It was so disgusting. The second thing I've learned is that my morning routine became more important to me than a night out. It took many years. And I used to go to happy hour. This is kind of back in the day when I didn't have a lot of business. I used to go to happy hour, and happy hour would turn into dinner because you go, and especially if you go to City Hall Steakhouse, their glass of wine for happy hour is about this big. And then you're at the bar and you start talking to the people around you, and they're in from out of town, and you're like, oh, I'm starving. Let's have dinner. And then I want to show you around. And all of a sudden, this happy hour that started at 3, 4, maybe even 5 o'clock ends up to being out till 2 in the morning. You completely ruined your next day. You spent so much money on food, Ubers, alcohol. You didn't have the intention of being out, which means you ruined your next morning. You're not getting a workout in. You wake up late. You wake up guilty. You wake up feeling like shit because you are so discombobulated and hungover and tired that now you just ruined your next day. And if you are not 40 years old, that next day turns into 2 days. So now I've ruined 2.5 days and just wasted it. So this morning routine has pretty much saved my life because now, instead of wanting to go out at night, I ask myself a series of questions when I get invited. When I get invited out, I start to ask myself, do I like these people? Do I enjoy their company? Do they bring me value? What's the event I'm going to go to? Is my morning routine worth foregoing in order to go out tonight? And that's just a handful of questions that I ask myself. And with these questions, it always turns into no, 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 no. I would rather be in bed between 8 and 8:30, wake up between 4 and 4:30, and have my morning. That is where I'm at. And it's taken a long time to get here. It's taken 6 years to get here because when you are still putting your morning routine into place, it's very easy to slip, if that's the word you want to use. And there's no harsh rule that you have to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Do I wake up at 4 a.m. 365 days a year? Absolutely not. But my body is so conditioned now that I'm usually up between 4 and 4:30 naturally, and if I sleep in, like sleeping in is 5:30. So it just becomes a matter of self-respect. And I'm going to link some other videos here about busyness, about distractions. Your morning routine is what keeps you focused. Your morning routine is what keeps you on track and aligned with what it is that matters to you most, which again is another form of self-respect. So, another thing that I've learned is that your reputation changes. I was a major party girl. Everybody knew I would be at every social event. I loved to be seen. I loved the pictures. I loved all of it. And when I started taking my morning routine seriously and put this in place, when I say it saved my life, it literally saved my life. This is something, as I already said, I look forward to. I crave my alone time. And it now has changed my reputation. People know, don't ask Lauren. She's not going to go out to dinner with us at 10 o'clock. And it's in a way it's a good thing because now I don't have the distraction or the temptation to go out. I also just don't want to. I've partied enough in my life, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're like, yeah, I could give it up a little bit. I totally get it. I'm with you. There's a little bit of a learning curve, to be honest, about how to get your morning routine to be a little bit more important than your night out. But with time, when you've been to enough bars and enough parties, you understand like the party's always there. That's one of my life mottos that I live by. The party's always there. I can go rejoin that party at any time. And then again, I'm going to wake up with those series of events and emotions and feeling like a waste of time and space. And so when I say your reputation changes, it truly is something that it's a lifestyle change. So let's talk about the lifestyle when you wake up at 4 a.m. In my personal opinion, it is best to have this lifestyle when you are single. Now, if you are single, you understand what I mean. You can do what you want, when you want, with whomever you want. Everything's about you. But when you're in a relationship, it makes it challenging because if I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, my body starts shutting down around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I am ready for bed by 8 o'clock. And like the latest I want to go to sleep is 8:30. And I love that schedule because everything's just shifted back. I have the same amount of hours that I'm awake. I have the same amount of hours that I'm working and productive, but they're just shifted back. To me, nothing good happens past midnight. Really, nothing good happens past 10 o'clock. Usually you're out and you are drinking and spending money and kind of getting into trouble. Whereas if you wake up early, you can go to a coffee shop, you can go to the gym. There's so many more options that are healthy, that are clear minded. You know, you can take your dog for go to the dog park or whatever it is. Like there's so many other healthy alternatives in the morning versus at night because everything's shut down. So, um, I forgot what I was talking about. Your reputation. Okay, so your reputation that used to be, hey, Lauren's gonna be a yes person to everything I invite her to, has now become, oh shit, Lauren wants to only do happy hour at 4 o'clock so she can still get her buzz on. That reputation hasn't changed. I just wanna go out earlier. Because my day starts earlier, I can end earlier. I recently heard in a podcast, let's do, I recently heard in a podcast, done by one. And I loved that. And it totally aligns with my waking up at 4 a.m. and getting everything done by 1 o'clock. And then from 1 to about 6 o'clock, I would have 5 hours to do whatever I want. I love this idea. I'm starting to try and implement that. And that's why a morning routine is important because it keeps you on track. So sitting here, this is part of my morning routine. I have my glitter. Ooh, that's hot. I have my glitter lamp. I have all my cards. I have my crystals. This is my angel chair. And I just love this. Like it's something I look forward to. It's a huge part of my day. Um, and I want people to have a morning routine. It truly does set you up for success because it pretty much prevents your social life at night. And it's not that you don't have a social life. It's just that your social life is at a different hour of the day. Therefore, you can still have your morning. Like I'm totally down to go day drinking. Let's go day drinking. Now let's go out at noon. and then we're done by 4, and then or 6, and then I can still get in bed by 8 o'clock, and I'm less hungover the next day. It's just a lifestyle change, but this is how you're going to keep everything that you want on track and in focus. And it's been a really positive change for my life, and I don't regret it at all. So I would love to hear what you do in your morning routine, and if you're interested in having one, and anything else that you want to contribute, why you think they're beneficial and why you don't. So thank you, and I will see you on the next one.